I wanted to, oh, I'm sorry. Good morning. How are you guys? All right, listen. I was gonna do something fun today to break the seriousness of the last couple of days, because as we're moving out of Scorpio season and into Sagittarius, we're moving from a water sign to a fire sign. And at the beginning of last week, Brigid told us to protect our water and our fire. And anyway, the collective has been moving through the energies of this Mercury retrograde also. And the Mercury retrograde also happens to be in Scorpio. So there's a lot of water right now getting ready to push into fire. And I have been asked by Spirit yesterday to hold my fire right where it is and stabilize it. So at least through the beginning of December. So I've been really self-reflective this morning. And I was sitting here thinking about yesterday. Yesterday was a very, very interesting morning, and well, day. It was interesting. The morning started fantastic. Adam got up at about 6 o'clock, and I was just wrapping up my collective message. So I sat here at the table while he stood over by the stove, and we just were chit-chatting about some stuff that he's had going on at work, and he's a little frustrated, and I just sat here and let him have that frustration. I didn't give any advice. I said, well, if that was me, I would. But I didn't offer to fix. I just sat with it and held space for him. And then as I was getting dressed to get ready for work, we were still laughing and talking, and we were sitting in the bedroom, and he got a text message, and it was like 7:30 in the morning, I guess. Anyway, he got a text message from one of his friends who he uses with sometimes, and his friend was like, I'm done with this shit, man. Like, have fun, but I'll see you around the neighborhood. And when he picked up the phone, he said, oh man, this is a sign. And then we talked about that message. Because Adam said, right on, man. He goes, but, like, if you think that you're gonna relapse, or you just want somebody to talk to, like, I'm here. And he sent it, and then we were talking about it, and I was like, good. I said, that's good. I said, I hope that you and him and the other person, I hope you guys can get sober and be sober for Christmas, so that way you can have a sober Christmas with your family. That's what I said. And then I finished getting dressed and went to work. And it was a good day yesterday. But I got home from work, and it was like 5 o'clock. And he had said before I left that he was either going to make beans and cornbread or breakfast for dinner last night. So when I got home, dinner wasn't even started. It wasn't even like a thought in anybody's head. And I walked in the bedroom and I was like, I thought that you were making beans today. And he goes, I can't cook in that kitchen. It wasn't that bad. There was a couple pots on the stove that needed to be washed. But I just walked out of the bedroom and I was like, okay. Came out here to the kitchen grumbling and mumbling. Not to myself. I was just talking out loud. It's pretty fucked up how I come in here to on my days off to cook dinner for the family, and I still do the dishes from the day before I cook dinner. I said I shouldn't have to come home from work and have to clean dishes and make dinner. And I was just rambling, right? I wasn't yelling and I wasn't screaming. I was just talking to myself. Anyway, I started doing the dishes. It is what it is. And he came out of the bedroom dressed and stomped through the kitchen, stomped through the living room, slammed the front door. He left to go get a drink, and my daughter came in the kitchen while I was still doing dishes. She came in the kitchen and she said to me, if he doesn't like what we have to say about him, then he should change it. If he doesn't like the dishes on the counter, then he should come in here and do them himself. If he doesn't like this, then he should fix it. And what else? I just looked at her and I was like, sigh, can you stop? It's over. And she was like, no. Nobody's gonna come and save us. If we want shit to change, we have to change it ourselves. Nobody's gonna do it for us. And I was sitting here this morning and I was reflecting on that, because like 15 minutes later, my son came in to make himself something to eat, and he's like in my way and just got this like real aggressive energy about him. And I was, going around. I had like just finished up the dishes and I was trying to wipe the counter down and get the hell out of his way so he could cook. And I was like, why are you so mad at me? Him and his girlfriend just broke up this week, so he's just mad. But he goes, I'm not mad at you, Mom. Not at all. He goes, I'm just angry. And I'm projecting it on you because you're the closest person to me. And I was like, oh. I just came back over here to the table and I sat down and I was like, oh. I definitely at the time was like, that was the most self-aware thing I've heard an adult say all day long. My son's not quite an adult, but he's gonna be 18 next Friday, so he's damn sure close, at least legally. So I had these two encounters with my kids last night, and of course, while I was running my mouth out here, Adam did something that I have not witnessed him be able to do in years. And he sent me a text. He didn't verbalize it. He didn't want to talk about it out loud. He sent me a text from the bedroom and he said, I'm really struggling today, but if you want to keep standing in the kitchen and tearing me down, I might as well just go and partake because at least then that'll give you a reason to run your mouth. So there was some shame being felt. Anyway, I read that text message and I was like, and I went in the bedroom and I was like, I wasn't yelling about your problem. I was just voicing a complaint that I have overall generally about what happens in this house when I work all day long and everybody else is home. And I gave him a kiss and I was like, I'm not even mad at you. And then I went skipping out of the bedroom because look what I can do. I wasn't mad. When I came out here and I made my dinner and he then had another little meltdown where he was like, he didn't know I was making dinner or making myself something to eat. I was making some ramen and, he texted me, you want to run me to the store and I'll get stuff to make biscuits and gravy. And I was like, yeah, as soon as my ramen's done cooking, I'll put it in a bowl and cover it and then we can run and go get it. I guess he was wanting to make dinner for everybody now that the kitchen was clean. And he was like, never mind. And I was like, don't do that. I went in the bedroom. I finished making my ramen and put it in the bowl and covered it up. And I was like, come on, you want to go? And he was like, no. I was like, okay. So then I came I came out here and proceeded to eat my dinner. And he texted me again and he was like, well, maybe since everybody's already ate, maybe can you take me somewhere and I'll go get myself something to eat? And I was like, sure. After I'm done eating. And after I was done eating, I went in the bedroom and I put my shoes on and, I was like, where do you want to go? And da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, the night went on. It was fine. Everything was fine. There was no blow-ups. Like 6 months ago, that would have been an explosion. There was no blow-ups from anybody. Not even my daughter, who was being a pistol. Because that's just blah, 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 blah. She hasn't... That kid, she's my little Tom Sawyer, man. Like, she can get anybody to do anything for her. Or was that Huckleberry Finn? Anyway, she can talk anybody into doing anything. She has a house full of slaves. They're not her friends. I mean, they're her friends, but it's crazy. She's wild, man. But anyway, I was sitting here and I was just reflecting on all of that, and I I don't think that I could have gotten that level of self-awareness from those two had I not been sitting here at this table recording videos for the collective, doing my own readings for myself, and really, really doing the work of journaling and reflecting and reading and the videos that I watch. And I don't think I could have ever seen that from them had I not been doing this. And while we've had a lot of chaos over the last 12 months, well, actually over the last 5 years, but the last 12 months have been like literally insane. And through all of that, I've been growing. I've been seriously growing. And I don't think I would have... Well, it just shocked the shit out of me while I was sitting here reflecting on it. that they've been listening. They've been listening with their bodies and their eyes and their ears, and like really seeing what I've been going through, all of the conversations that we've had at this table, me and my kids, because they do come in here and we do have deep conversations about life. And just yesterday, with everything from the morning to the evening, everything shifted. Everything shifted. And I don't know, it's been pretty amazing. And I'm hoping that, today I'm able to hold some more. And Adam did well, and whether he knows it or not, I'm his number one fan right now, because everything shifted yesterday. He stayed home last night. That's a huge accomplishment, and I know it freaking sucks for him so bad, but to see him he's being so strong, even though I know he thinks that he's weak. Every day is a chance to wake up and make a choice to be a better version of ourselves. And that's what this journey is about. And I'm holding space for that. I'm holding space for that, but I'm not letting anybody step over my boundaries at the same time. But when you've got strong boundaries in place, shifts like this can absolutely happen for you too. Alright, I got a few minutes left here, so let me see if there was a final message about this. Something that the collective can use also. Achievement, effort plus intention. How appropriate, right? The work that I've been doing, the intention that I set for that. And now I'm seeing Adam at the beginning of his journey. Also, this is card number 49. 49 is 13. Death and rebirth. Let's see what it says. I'll just give the affirmation. I create clear intentions and put patient effort into my goals. I bring sacred prayers to my personal pursuits every day. I love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one.